Hi guys, Elif here once again with an Own Your Truth talk. I wanted to go live on Facebook, but my connection's been really bad for some reason, so I'm going to just record it and post the video and share the YouTube link with you. So I've decided to just do this when I'm not able to go live for whatever reason, and you can just watch the video whenever it suits you. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video first and foremost. And for those of you who have tried to send me an email or a message rather via the Facebook page or any other platform and I haven't been able to respond, I've been really busy with coaching and with readings of late, so I'm not always able to respond promptly. Please would you rather contact me at my business email address. It's the one I check most frequently, info@evolve, EVOLVE with Elif, ELIF.co.za, and I'll be able to get back to you a lot sooner. Okay, we're going to be looking at the second chakra today. We're looking at the Sacral Chakra, also known as the belly chakra. It is situated in the lower abdomen area, and the reason why I want to chat to you about the chakras and all that it is associated with, or as much as I possibly can without making this video too long, is to just help you to understand who you are in terms of energy and why you may have the blockages and the challenges that you have from time to time. And if you do have a blockage in this particular energy center, then the conditions or the issues that I may present to you would be more chronic than just a now and then sort of thing. Okay, and that'll be an indication for you. If you understand who you are in terms of energy, and you understand how a blocked energy center or an energy center or a chakra in your body that is out of balance can affect your how you function in your life, and the energy that you project into the world, and therefore what you manifest, how you see yourself and how you see your reality in relation, really creates what you bring into your life and attract into your life moving forward. And so it is to empower you, to give you an understanding. You are not just flesh and bone. You are so much more than that. And that is what we're going to take a look at. So first, you need to know the basic thing. Your sacral chakra or belly chakra is the orange chakra. In my color therapy workshop, I teach you how to begin to heal and to balance that area using that color. Okay, it is the color associated with change and death. But in energy, we do not refer to death just as the physical death where your physical body dies. Death is the many phases that you go through in your life, where you go through these symbolic death processes, death of the ego in various ways, death of a past belief, death of old paradigms. It is very important to allow, when we consider the butterfly and we consider all those different processes that it goes through to become a butterfly, to have its beautiful wings, we have to go through these various processes. And if you take into consideration the symbolism of the phoenix, where it is burnt to ashes and then rises from the flames, that is very often what we refer to. It is that process that we refer to as the death process. So this is very strongly rooted or situated in the sacral belly chakra. Okay, and I want to share that information because things will begin to make sense to you as I paint you the picture and give you the information. Okay, it is the chakra that is, I've got my notes over here because I have a tendency to sort of speak as though you understand what I'm saying, and a lot of you don't, and I don't want to do you a disservice, so I made sure that I have my notes with me so I can remain on track. The first thing you need to understand with the belly chakra is that it affects your relationships. So in the root chakra, it is associated with your tribal relationships, your community, the family you are born into. It is associated with the traditions and the culture associated with that immediate and first community upon you coming into this life experience. Everything that you learn about the world and yourself is based on how you experience them and they experience you, your tribe, your initial tribe. I'm not talking about the tribe that you later choose in your life, your family and your community. In that chakra, you have those relationships. It is very, very different to your relationships that are founded in your belly chakra, because in your root chakra, your tribal relationships and your community relationships is basically them projecting, imposing how they see and experience life in the world upon you. They share their beliefs and their thoughts and their opinions with you, and you take it as if it is law. Okay? When we reach the age of about 7, from then onwards, we begin to see ourselves as being separate from our immediate family in a sense. We go out and we meet friends at school, we meet teachers, we meet other people, and we begin to realize that there are other people outside of our immediate circle that have interesting things and ways that we would like to learn from and experience. So we begin to develop relationships outside of that initial tribe. These relationships are very much founded. And when I say these relationships are founded, I'm talking about your experience in these relationships, how you see them, how you experience yourself in them. And so if you've experienced bullying at an early stage, or you've experienced really looking up to an educator or a teacher, and you've experienced them to be really harsh or negative about who you are, your appearance, how you think, your mind, you tend to believe moving forward in your life that you were stupid if a teacher gave you that impression, or that you are a misfit if your peers gave you that impression. You believe you are unattractive if your peers or your friends, other children at school, give you the impression that you are not pretty or attractive because you don't have the same hair that someone else has. Or perhaps you see them treating another child in a certain way, and you associate that with them liking them or finding them to be appealing or attractive, and they don't treat you in the same way, and you automatically develop the opinion that it must mean that I am not likable. So these belief systems, these beliefs and attitudes that we adopt, that we develop around our experiences in our early childhood, when we have our first experience of relationship outside of our family, they are embedded in our belly chakra. They are embedded in the part of us that is strongly associated with creating not only internally, but bringing that creation to life externally. So when we think about bringing children into the world, it is the strongest symbolism that we have of the workings of the belly chakra and how it functions. And if we take that life force and we consider it symbolically in every other area of our lives, it is the same. It just shows itself in different ways in the workplace, with us creating in the various areas of our lives, bringing to life our hopes and dreams in our relationships, in our relationships with our career, our relationships with our clients, our relationships with our, particularly our one-on-one relationships with people. That is what is associated and strongly embedded in who we are, the energy that is founded and associated with your belly chakra. So already we can begin to understand if we have issues around our one-on-one relationships, and if we already feel a sense of insecurity when we have to consider those relationships, that romantic partner, that colleague at work, the superior at work, that client, that neighbor, whoever we might feel could have a huge impact on our life and our well-being and our sense of security. If we have insecurity when we think about those relationships, it's already an indication that there is some trauma rooted in that chakra, and that it affects sorry, how we experience our relationships moving forward. So there must be someone that's going to watch this video that is struggling with their sense of truth when it comes to their belly chakra. That's why I'm having this reaction in my throat. Spirit is letting me know that somebody has some blockage in terms of what their truth is in association to their one-on-one relationships. And if it is you, continue to watch. It'll make a little bit more sense as you go through what I'm going to share in this video. Creativity, as I've said before, is associated with this chakra. Okay, our ability to create, our ability to bring to life our desires is associated with this chakra. Change. Now, if you find yourself struggling with change or having change be your default, then that is an indication. And what I mean by that is you have people who, whenever they feel a little bit of stress, whenever they feel a little bit of anxiety around a relationship or situation, they immediately want to change things. Change. I need to walk away, or I need to change this person, or I need to change what I'm doing. I need to change the way I dress. I need to change the way I speak. This person's not taking me seriously. Change, without actually finding yourself at a place where you can understand why you're experiencing the discomfort or the challenges that you are. It is a default. It allows you to, it puts you in a position of responding to your relationships from a very wounded and immature place. And you don't give it enough time to actually allow it to evolve and show you what is really going on. So that is an indication. Blame and guilt, where you carry excess guilt around your relationships. You walk away from a situation because you know it's not healthy, it's not good for you, it doesn't serve, but then you find yourself stuck in guilt for the next month or two because did you hurt that person? Did you make the right decision? Or you do things where you carry excess guilt because you know that you didn't behave the way you should have in that relationship. You hurt that person, you abandoned them, very possibly because you have abandonment issues. You rejected them before they could reject you, and you carry the guilt and the shame of that. Shame associated with trauma. Very often trauma, sexual assault and sexually related trauma is associated and is very strongly rooted in your belly chakra. The memory thereof, the resilient, the residual energy of such a trauma is embedded in that chakra, and therefore needs to be healed and needs to be processed for transformation. The other thing that is associated with your belly chakra is money, your relationship with money, and sex, how you feel about sex, how you see it, your attitudes and your beliefs around it. Do you have healthy sexual relationships? Do you always find yourself in sexual relationships that leave you feeling dishonored, and so forth? Intimacy is if you are able to have healthy levels of intimacy or not. That is also associated with your belly chakra. And then empathy, your ability to put other people's feelings or to hold other people's feelings as important as your own. You know, what happens is when you respond from a place of trauma or being wounded, it is your instinct to protect yourself. And if you find yourself feeling very early on in a relationship that I need to protect myself, I need to make sure that this person doesn't have one up on me, I need to make sure that this person doesn't hurt me. If you have that sort of thinking and you feel that you have to be guarded and defensive in your one-on-one relationships consistently, then that is an indication, because it makes it your wound, your trauma, and your need to protect yourself makes it difficult for you to see and understand that that is a person just like you. They have feelings just like you, and they probably have their best intentions just like you until they prove you otherwise. You know? So that level of empathy and that ability to place someone else's feelings often before your own, or the inability to do that, is rooted in a wounded belly chakra. Ethics in relationship. We're using the term narcissism very loosely these days, but the reason why we use it is often associated with somebody that doesn't have the ability to be empathic towards you. They see for themselves first and foremost. In a relationship, what they need is always the priority. Considering what you need is not, and how you feel and how something might affect you is not something they have the capacity to do, because they are so busy, they are so focused on their wound, and they are acting from such a desperate place that protecting themselves and filling their void and filling their emptiness and filling that hole that is constantly there is all they can do. So they really lack the empathy and therefore the ethics in terms of how to interact in one-on-one relationships. If you are that person that feels like, well, this is how the world works, and I need to be tough because people out there are not going to show me kindness. I can't be kind, I can't be soft, I can't show people love because people out there are going to see me as weak. You know, if you have that defensive, guarded, wounded dialogue, you know who you are, then you have a wounded belly chakra. You will not be able to honor yourself or someone else in a relationship, and it's probably best for you not to be in a relationship until you are able to change that and transform that dialogue and to believe it. Because your energy is what creates your thoughts. Your energy and your beliefs about yourself in the world is what creates what you send out and what you invite into your life. So physical conditions that would then indicate that your belly chakra needs to be healed and that you need to do some process work, then you probably need some guidance in that area, is your kidneys, your colon. So your for the females, your ovaries, your womb, part of your womb is there as well, and your appendix, and your so your rectum is in your root chakra, but part of it is also in your belly chakra. So those two work together. And if you have issues with, for example, piles, kidney problems, with your colon, resentment is also rooted and situated there. Sexual related issues, cysts on your ovaries and fibroids in the womb, then these are all belly chakra conditions. Okay. I want to talk to you about the power of relationships because they are a partnership. There is power in having partnership in your life. This is why we want it, and this is why intuitively we know it is something that we should have. And I think that for the purpose of not making the video too long, I think that I'm going to end this one here, and I'm going to post the second half of this talk in another video. So please do check that out. I will post them up consecutively. I'll post them together, but and I'll do part 1 and part 2 in the description. But I just don't want to make it too long. So please do check that out because we're going to go into the meat of the subject in the next video. See you there.